Ten Dance Volume 6 Review. Can we really go back and being just friends? Shin Suzuki, Latin American star, and Shin Sukiki, king of ballroom, and broken up as they return to their dance sessions in preparation one day, perhaps for the 10 Dance Challenge. Relations between them and straining they fell out of sync with each other. Enter the flamboyant Maxi Mulder. This loud, vulgar, and incredibly rich patron arrived to take Shinya under his wing and assure Sugiki who needs his patronage. When in fact, it's supposed to be Suzuki. This is down to Suzuki's encounter with the 5 influential dancers that he met at Blackpool. Suddenly, Suzuki's life is no longer his own. He gets a manager, the boss Saichi, who accompanies him everywhere, a new apartment designer clothes, a wall building in which his studio merely occupies a single floor. Meanwhile, Sugiki goes to visit Marta, and a retired older star at ballroom dancing who he idolized as a child. He gets to dance with her and tells her that his heart has been broken, yet he doesn't know how to let go. That's a sign from within yourself. Respect it and pursue it, she tells him, until you get what you want. It's been 2 years since the 5th volume of Den Dance was published by Kodansha in English translation, but caught up with Japan, so there's quite a gap for readers they have to bridge. And volume 5 ended on the terrible cliffhanger too, but the new volume is not quite what I was hoping for after the stormy ending, with both men breaking up and many new characters crowding into the story. For starters, this is a series that really will benefit from having characters bios to each volume, like Yayo Ogawa's Night of the Ice. As given that there's also a story about the competition, it's quite confusing trying to remember how all the people are. The mangaka's comments about her intentions in each chapter that come to the net at the end of the volume are helpful to a certain extent, and it should be necessary to have a keep referring to them to look for clues as to where the story is going. At the best, Ten Dance sparkles with energy, humor, and passion. Inoue Sato's inspiring art captures the elegance and style of ballroom Latin dancing and is best when performed by dancers at the height of their powers. The contrasting personalities of the two leads, Sugiki, that continues to fascinate. It will be good to see more of their female partners, Aki and Fusa, relegated to supporting roles. However, as more new characters are introduced to the mix, the story languishes, have lost much of its forward momentum. There's too much reliance and memories. Reusing art from previous volumes in the background as Suzuki and Sugiki dance together on last time in number 33, he's beautiful, and my heart sank a little when Norman Owen, Suzuki's replacement and one-time world champion, arrives to take Suzuki under his wing, and says him, for now, forget the dancing you know, and learn my dancing from scratch. This feels repetitious. It's true that in any art, or shonen martial art training arc, different teachers will insist that their way is the only way and the new students must unlearn everything to be learned before. Maybe that's the way that Inoue Sato is going to take the story. The storytelling also suffers from a lack of clear direction. Kiki's injury is mentioned, but the brush aside, and he's off the Blackpool, is a timeline jumping on to and fro. What's going on? It's not even easy to understand what the two leads feel about each other anymore, as they keep thinking one thing in one page and the opposite on the next, a realistic maybe, or just muddled storytelling, even though the art insists that there is an invisible thread of light that still connects them. We, the readers, need to be thoroughly convinced of that, or all the momentum built up in the earlier volume is lost. It's unfair, really. It makes comparisons with another work, but Night of the Ice, which also deals with competition at the highest level and also his gorgeous art of the skaters performing their routines, manages to tell a story in the coherent and interesting way with enough sense of forward momentum to sweep the readers along. For British readers, the strictly fans a glimpse of the Blackpool Tower Ballroom and quite English street scenes are an added bonus again, added the extra touch of authenticities. There's a new transfer, Cassiel Maricat, new as far as one can tell that the original one was Caris, which might be a pseudonym. In the world where the praise here as a said for the letter sick black sleep as a dialogue hopes in all the different languages, personally mostly English, which has to be expressed differently in the page. The rating M for mature is also a little puzzling. If anime happens of sexual nature, it tends to happen between one panel and the next, perhaps looking back at the more spicy volume 5. But it's good to see the flamboyant Suzuki and the cool prince of ballroom Sugiki dancing together once more, as well as with their partners. It's hard to see that the onward momentum of the story, Ten Dance, has been lost under the wild details, many which are frankly irrelevant. The mangaka seems to be marking the time, not picking up on which storyline needs the foregrounding. I can only hope that the next volume will get back in the groove and bring us what was promised. Read an extract from Volume 1 of 10 Dance to publish 10 Dance on the 10 Dance of the publisher's website here. 7 over 10.